it takes is a moment. Is it fate that you came this far unbroken? If it's destiny, you wrote it. Focused, but you gotta be focused. Make or break, it's the last goodbye they remember you for. They're calling your name, go and take what's yours. Here, now, it's everything you've been dreaming about. There's a reason why you were chosen. This is your moment. Rise up, you give it all that you got and you rise up. All the stories that tell about the champion who came from the crown. Are you ready to carry it now? Going full speed, never stop, never quit. You're the only one you got to convince that nothing's too far out of your reach. 'Cause all you are is what you believe. Here, now, it's everything you've been dreaming about. There's a reason why you were chosen. This is your moment.
Welcome to Rock Around the Clock, daily cloud gaming news live at the same time, Monday to Friday. But first, if you're new to the show, please subscribe and hit the bell. If you'd like to support the channel, why not hit the join button on the channel homepage and become a member of Team Rock? Hello, happy Thursday. I must have a rehash of that intro. I think it's got lots of screens and things from my. Oh no, Mum, put 50p back in the meter. Thanks. Oh dear, how are you guys and gals and galesses? And it's Thursday, of course, one more day until the weekend, and synchronicity between our two great nations on a chronological scale, i.e. we spring forward. What's spring been like for you guys for the last couple of weeks? Has it been okay? Is it, and have you been keeping it warm for us over here in Europa? I hope you have. Great stuff. So Thursdays, you may remember, are cloud gaming days, so we could do all the cloud gaming news, and there's been a fair amount of it this week, to be fair. I'm not going to harp on about Luna. We did that yesterday, and they haven't done me any graphics online. They haven't wished me well about my channel, so they can one. We did them, that's the end of it. And if they want to send me a little graphic and say, congratulations, we've been watching you from afar and stuff, then I might change my policy. But there's some nice channels out there. There's some nice platforms. And we're going to try and cover news for a lot of them today. We have got news for Utomic. We've got news for Boosteroid. Of course it's Thursday, so we have GeForce Now news. Plenty of that stuff. What else have we got? We've got news for Black Nut, I hope. Having said we do, I'm not seeing any. We'll make it up. Don't worry, we'll make it up. They've been doing very well recently. So it's all good. I hope you guys are well. Let's have a look. At the moment, I'm pulling in your chit-chats automatically because they're coming in thick and fast. But I can manually take over. I've got 2 hands with 10 fingers, 2 thumbs, and lots of wrinkles. So it's all good. Luna is dead, says Curly. No, Curly. I called in on Curly earlier. He was streaming from Luna, doing a bit of Get Packed. Very good as well, my friend. You did. he did the thing that is actually, if you've never streamed, it's incredibly hard to do, takes a bit of practice, and that is to keep talking. It sounds so easy, doesn't it? Sit in front of a camera and talk. It's not, trust me. The amount of people that I've seen attempt this, and after a few minutes, they're completely silent. I've even seen some people sit in front of a camera and they are completely unintelligible, and yet they think they're very clever. I've got the receipts, but there you go. Right, so Miss Phoenix, oh yes, bit of good news for you guys as well. Of course, Thursday, being Thursday, we also have rock players. Yeah, tonight, not only do we have our tremendous trio of Bjorn, Pierre-Luc and Josiah, aka Dad Plays Games, Ninja Guy X and Martinez mostly, but joining them, drum roll, Miss Phoenix, aka Sam, and Dorrigan, woohoo, aka Dorrigan. I don't know what his name is. I'm going to guess it's something really like Hollywood, like Brett, or let me see, what could it be? It could be Clint. It's gonna be up there because he's a professional. He's a sound stage. Talking of sound stage, I had my vocal lesson today. And boy, oh boy, did he push me. Whoa! I sent him an email yesterday and I said, what songs are we going to be doing tomorrow? Teach. He came back with Seal, Kiss from a Rose. That's a hard song. He came back with Neil Diamond, Love on the Rocks. And what was the other one? Oh, Simply Red, If you don't know me by now. They're three pretty hard songs, guys. I'm going to have to tell you. Anyway, I managed to get out of Seal, and instead we did a big banger of a tune from Les Mis. But yeah, I have to say the Neil Diamond one took me out, man. It's my own fault. I went for it. I mean, I literally took the roof off. Anyway, I don't think I'll subject you to. I did record that one. But I'm in two minds whether I ought to go public. It's a bit of a wow. I think it's okay, but that's not the point. Raymond, how are you, my friend? Love you too, brother. Dorrigan, I thought the same, but then remembered I called them abject failures. Hence, Luna haven't given me a graphic. Well, I've been nice to them. I was the first one out there with a live stream. But you know what? Do you know the funniest thing is I'm semi-pulling their leg. But the funny thing is, I covered Stadia content for the thick end of nearly 3 years, right? And for a good half of that time, I know they had me muted on Twitter. And it's not like I tagged them and everything. I genuinely hardly ever did. It was a bizarre situation. But I have my thoughts as to why, but you can get a bit paranoid with that stuff, can't you? Sometimes you better just what it is, isn't it? Yeah. The other thing with me, of course, and this is why a lot of these platforms, I'm a bit of an enigma to them, and why, although they love the fact that there's a decent audience and so on, what they struggle with what I do is they are platforms for game playing. So what they really want are strong game playing streams with decent followers who can see on a consistent basis the quality of their games. Because I'm a podcasty kind of guy. I'm a talking head with the rare occurrence to flick out a game. And they struggle with that. They don't know what box to put me in. And this is across the board, by the way. GeForce Now, Stadia, Luna, all these guys, Boosteroid. They are so fixated on promoting gamers because that's what they sell. They come across people like me and think, we don't know what to do with you, Rokk. We don't, you're a nice guy and stuff, but we can send people to you, but we don't know if you're going to cover us on a day-by-day basis. If we can see that you're playing one of our games, Happy days. So, I'm kind of in purgatory. I don't think it's ever going to change, and that's the truth. That's the way it is. It's all good. That's all good. I mean, this is what I love doing. This is the content I love to do. I don't mind doing gameplay, but I've said it before. That's my personal passion. So I don't mind if I'm given a game code and they want me to review the game or show it or do a little video on it. That's fine. I kind of see that as part of the job. But when I'm playing something that I'm really into, I don't think it's a good thing for me, and I don't think it's a good thing for the audience, because I'm so wrapped up in the game that I either go off mic or I don't say a great deal, and that ain't clever. So, it's what it is. Cowboy, king of content, Rokk Show. I would love to hear you sing. Yeah, I did. I sang that one. But Rokk, I need to hear you going for it, brother, please. No, you don't, mate. Honest. I don't even know. I don't know, mate. I do have it. I did record me doing Neil Diamond and belting it out. I mean, really giving it some. It's quite funny, how. Because I was practicing these songs last night. I knew this morning. I knew the ones it was going to be, and I thought, it sounds pretty weak. But when you're in a room with reasonable acoustics, stood up in front of a sheet music stand, and you've warmed up and you go for it, it's a completely different sound. And he was explaining to me, I wrote an article, I don't know, several years, decade ago, about how it's out there on the web somewhere, how the view of us that we have is two-dimensional, because we only ever see ourselves on a flat plane, i.e. a mirror, or looking at a camera if we're doing a live thing like this. So this is who we are to us. And then if we have someone take a photo of us from the side or behind, we don't recognize that person. And yet other people have a three-dimensional view of us, because they're in their brain, they've mapped us out, front, sides and back, so they can recognize us wherever we are. But we don't recognize that person when we see photos of us or film of us from the side or behind. We don't see that. And when you're doing a live stream like this, it's really important for me that I'm looking directly at the camera, because I see the mirrored version of me. I see the person I recognize and I'm comfortable with. When you have like a second camera over here and it's doing a side shot, that's just weird. Well, it's the same with your voice, because what you hear when you're speaking or singing is what resonates through the bones in your face into your inner ear. So you do get some of the sound that's out here, but most of it is what you hear is from inside. It's through the bones. And of course, what other people hear is a different thing. Yay, Cowboy dropped a $5 super chat. Thank you, mate. That's the first one I've had in ages. Oh, bless you, brother. But it's true. So, what we hear internally is different. He was explaining to me, he said the reason that I struggled with hearing what I'd put up on YouTube was that I'm hearing my external voice and picking up on nuances that other people don't hear, because internally it's a different sound. It's weird, isn't it? The way our little brains work, or where my little brain works anyway. It's not a video, and it's an audio file, but I'll send it to you, my friend. You paid for it, bless you. I promise you, it's about 6 megs in size, but towards the end of it, I start coughing because I've really hurt my voice from going at it. You'll hear it. It's funny because listening back, I don't hear the point where it starts to crack. It actually doesn't sound too bad, but at the time I could feel it. Boy, oh boy. Are we ready for Diablo 4? Yeah, I fired up the PlayStation earlier, Adam, because I was hoping... Look at your chalkboard, oh bless you. We all think that, though. That's the point. We all think how we look and sound compared to what others hear and see is a different thing. It's true. It's true. Hello, Al. How are you, my friend? Good to see you, brother. Right, so today is Cloud Gaming Thursday. We're going to check out the news. There's a load of it, I have to say. It's a fair old chunk. So let's get ourselves over. Oh, shall we do the wheel first? Would you rather the wheel for Team Rock members. Don't forget, tomorrow's Friday. If you're not a Team Rock member, then all you have to do is turn up on the day, enter !win, and you will join the Team Rock members in a big old shindig of a wheel spin with, there's actually less than 100 games now because we've given away a few, but there's still getting on for almost 100 games. Right, so my stream has cancelled the Diablo pre-order. Oh no. Well, I'm hoping. Yeah, no, Koala ain't winning a third time. Not this week. I went out to PlayStation, hoping I could download the beta, and it wasn't there. The only option that, I mean, they'd mentioned it, and there was a video talking about it, but you had to pre-order to get it. I ain't doing that on PlayStation. You never get your money back. Have I seen any of the Unreal Tech demo? I did, yeah. You're on about the one where they're in the jungle, we're in the 4x4, the electric 4x4. Just unbelievable, isn't it? It genuinely is. And of course, Fortnite has its own interpretation now as well, which you can use to develop content for Fortnite, which I'm convinced they're trying for their own kind of metaverse closed shop thing. Am I defo on that wheel, said Dorian. Oh, bless. I'm fairly certain. I've changed the look of it now, by the way. Should we just go in and do the wheel? Because before Koala gets here, we can always spin it again then, can't we? He's always a bit late. Hang on. Here we go. I've zoomed in, guys, because one of the things that Koala pointed out, and it was a fair shout, there's so many games on there now that if you do get choose your own game, it's difficult to actually see some of them. So I thought, well, we'll zoom in, because it doesn't matter that you see everything. What's important is that you see what's going around. I'd love it if the game wheel was the other side, but it don't matter none. Zombie K, hello. I don't think many people can match the Rokk Show voice, says Rouster. Oh, bless you, dude. Bless you, my friend. It's funny, you know, I was on the phone earlier to a new client, and the phone call was awful because where I live, there's just no network. Doesn't matter which network, they're all terrible. So she said, oh, can we do a Zoom? I said, yeah, of course we can. So I came in here, got the mic and the headphones on, and I'm like, hi, how are you? She goes, blimey, it's like I'm on the radio. I said, yeah, well, yeah, this is the studio. This is the professional setup. Thank you for that, Adam. And Zombie K, welcome, my friend, welcome. So let's have a look. We have everybody in the red wheel are Team Rock members. Everything listed on the purple wheel are the just under 100 games that the winner is going to take home today. Some of them actually are bundles still. I forgot to mention this before. That's why there are over 100. So some of the bundles are games with DLC, so I couldn't split them out. So if you win one of those bundles, you get the game plus 3, 4, 5 DLCs to go with it. So watch this space. And don't forget, next Friday, I think it's next Friday, don't point, it's rude. Politicians are taught not to do that. They're taught to do this. So if you do this, it's rude. You're supposed to do... And I just want one more thing to say about Medicare. No, next Friday, of course, it's the big Team Rock Members Plus Day. I haven't decided just yet what the game's going to be, but I do have a code for Disney Dreamlight. So it might be that, and it's £40 worth. It's not to be sniffed at. Right, congrats before the spin, Koala. Says Dorrigan. No, Koala knows he's got no chance today. I ain't having it. He's done good. He's done really, really well already. It can't happen again. Let's do it. Let's get the spin a-going, shall we? So we'll start with the entrant, as always. I'm going to press le bouton. Here we go. Spin and good luck. Oh, it's my Titanic favourite. Who's it gonna be? You actually can see the names closer up than I can. Right, here we go. Past Curly. Past Owl. I gave it a load of shuffles, by the way. Where's Koala? Is he anywhere near here? No, don't think he is. Raven 1030, Rudigs, Phil won the other day, Jack, RM, John Burford, Stuart Goddard. It could be Eddie, it could be Consignio. I think it's going to be Consigno, one of my oldest members, longest serving members. Or it could go to Alex. I think it's going to be Alex. Big up there. Alex Billy. Well, there's a name we haven't seen for a long time. Good stuff, Alex. Right, my friend. That's cool. Look at that, stuck behind my head in a big black box. That don't work, do it? Right, close that one down. Sorry, Koala. Not you this time, my friend. Close, but no cigar. And next is the game that Alex is going to win. So let me pull that game over. Here we go. Right. Let's see what Alex is gonna get. Ooh. Ah. Ooh. It's like Happy Days. Hey. Right, here we go. Nanotail typing? No. Garfield Kart? No. Chenzo? No. Could it be my friend Peppa Pig? I thought that would have been won by somebody. Probably not. It's a brand new game. Don't knock it. Goblin Defenders? That sounds like something from the Rokk Show on a Tuesday. I think it's going to be the Goblin Defenders, Steel and Wood. I have no idea. I think that's a pretty good game out there. Hey, Squids, how are you, brother? Good to see you, my friend. Thank you so much, my friend, because you were streaming yourself just now, weren't you? I did pop in, had a little peep. Goblin Defenders. Yeah, it's a bit like a Goblin Tease Made. That's an old joke from the 70s. Oh, look, it's upside down as well. Giving away all my trade secrets here. That should have... I think Alex might be in Australia, so that works for him. It does, doesn't it, Ravencrow? It literally sounds like Happy Days. Not even from the 90s. I'd go as far as the 70s. An upside-down goblin. And... why not? I can see that Sam is going to fit in just fine with the old rock players later. Right, let's get the hell out of here. Let's get ourselves over to Simple Larry while we still have the law on our side. Here we go. Right. Awesome. So, the news, lots of it, obviously. Not least of which was the fact that Lorna launched yesterday. Lorna launched. But we'll come back to Lorna. So, I'm going to go literally left, right, because there's a ton of stuff on Cloud Dosage. We're going to start, therefore, with Utomic. Now, I did actually make a faux pas the other day, and I think it was on the Rokk Show on Tuesday. I mentioned that Utomic provide the platform for a lot of Asian cloud gaming platforms, and I was mixing them up with someone else, and it wasn't even Ubitus, it was somebody else again, so my apologies to them. I'm trying to think if it was Black Nut, it could have been Noir, or however it's pronounced. Any road up. Hello, Michelle, how are you? Good to see you. Very good to see you. Thank you so much for popping in. And Chariot's here as well. How are you, brother? How's it going? Yeah, all good. Stopping by real quick. My friend, just to see you brightens my day. Ah. What have we got? Sable and Nanulu. Now available on Utomic Plus. New games coming soon. So, after some new games were added last week to Utomic, most in the cloud, because you've got to remember with Utomic, they have the PC only subscription, and then they have the cloud-based piece, which kind of sits on top. It's a really good deal, to be fair. I think you pay, I don't know, £6 or £7 for their like 1,500 PC games, and then like an extra £2 to access the cloud-only library. But it's restricted to a handful of places to play. So I think mainly the latest TVs. But it's actually a pretty good deal, I have to say. Amazon Luna finally starting to bring it to other countries, says Chariot. Yes, that's true, my friend. That is true. We did a big old look at it yesterday, didn't we? We spent an hour and something going through it. And, you know, since doing the show, I discovered a thing. And that thing, because I was struggling to get out of games. And I realised that if you do Shift Tab, so very similar to what you did with Stadia, and there's also a controller option as well, but it was Shift Tab on the keyboard, you get a little sidebar that pops out. You can actually use that to broadcast the game or quit out of the game. So you can't go back with YouTube. I wish you could. I wish YouTube would allow you to go back and say, hi, I've added this bit in because since I did the original video, this information has changed, but they don't let that happen. So to YouTube, I say, how are you, Stu? Stu just popped in there. I saw him popping in from Shift Tab is for Steam overlay. Shift Tab for Steam. I get, well, it's Shift Tab on Luna anyway, because that's how it works. And Alt Z for GeForce Experience, which, yeah, it's kind of standard for GeForce stuff, just doesn't work very well. Winstar is in the house. Sorry guys, I'm normally doing this manually and engaging with you, but because we've got so much news to go through, I've popped it on automatic. So, you know, play amongst yourselves, and I will, if I see a message pop up, I promise you, I will jump in. I recognise Sable, says Raven Crow, but not the other one. So Sable and Nanuliu. Oh, well, that's yes, Sable. I've played Sable as well. You're right. Was it on Stadia? I can't remember. It looks familiar. But PC users. So as of today, Utomic subscribers can play both of those. 2 indie games. Most of them are, to be fair, on the likes of Black Nut and Utomic. Both with a very positive reception. And you can play via PC in the cloud, which is very, very good. Sable is... Oh, there's Nanuliu. That's kind of an 8-bitty looking experience, isn't it? We're not going to dwell too long on this because we've got a load of stuff. And Utomic have teamed up with Lenovo. I mean, they keep saying teamed up, don't they? They keep using that phrase. We've teamed up with Microsoft. We've teamed up... Truth is, you know, they've just got their apps available on various platforms. So Utomic has also announced that it will be joining forces with Lenovo. This partnership will enable customers in the English-speaking countries of the Asia-Pacific region. What would they be? An English-speaking country? The only one I can think of is Hong Kong. I mean, I know that a lot of the countries can speak English, but not natively. So, I don't know. I stand to be corrected. What about the Philippines? No, they speak a form of Spanish, don't they? Anyway, Hong Kong's the only place I know that they speak English. I suppose Australia, but that's Australasia, isn't it? Any road up, you can enjoy a 12-month free subscription of Utomic on select PC models. So that's pretty cool. Stu, there he is, Renaissance Men. How are you, mate? I was on my way up to see you, Hong Kong Fooey. #1 super guy. I loved me some Hong Kong Fooey. Is it Rosemary, the tea lady? Could be. Mate, nobody else knows what we're talking about. Nobody else has a clue. Yeah, tomorrow, I'm glad Stuart popped in. Tomorrow, after, of course, Team Rokk Plus Friday, a couple of hours later, I'm going to be co-hosting Renaissance Men. Woohoo! It's one of my rare treats in life. I love co-hosting that show. Jimmy can't make it, so it's going to be me and young Stu. And I haven't seen the show notes yet. I need to check them out. But he writes the most amazing show notes. There's always so much detail and so much ingenuity. If you haven't seen Renaissance Men, you need to. I will be on it, so you're not alone. I will hold your hand. We'll do a crocodile around the studio together. We'll be fine. I miss old Boomerang. Boomerang the rental company. Yeah, well, I'm still using it. In fact, today I got Dead Space for PlayStation, which I've installed, and I shall go and play it again a bit later. Anyway, so Lenovo giving you that's pretty cool actually. 12 months of Utomic. on there. So that's a decent bit of little news, that, isn't it? GFN Thursday, of course it is. It's GFN Thursday. Cheer. I've been playing that on PlayStation. It's really good, actually. It's good fun. It's Thursday. That means more new games ready to play on NVIDIA's GeForce Now. Well, some. So today, guys, Cheer. I know it was going to be an exclusive for Stadia. And I thought it was exclusive to PlayStation, but clearly not. I wonder if it looks a lot different on PC. It looks pretty good, I have to say, on PlayStation. I've played a few hours. What I love about the game is the music. So if you're not familiar with it, it's a game developed by two guys, I think, from an island which is kind of a South Pacific island to the east of Australia. I've forgotten what it's called, New Columbia or something like that, this island. I hadn't heard of it. And it's basically a cultural kind of homage to the islanders. So it's lovely. The entire game is spoken in their native tongue. So it's a kind of mix and their original islander language with English subtitles. Now, I struggle a bit with this, I have to say, because although I put subtitles on everything, it's usually because I don't always hear the entire dialogue in English. If they're speaking in another language, I don't mind that when I'm watching passively. So if I'm just watching a film or a TV program, and in fact, I'd rather, what I love to do is put, even if it's French, I love to put the spoken word in English, but the subtitles in French or Danish or Swedish or Norwegian or whatever, because then I can read the language. I can read, and I'm learning. I'm learning all the time, and I love that. It's a great game, though. Don't let this put you off. Give it a go. It's brilliant. It's good fun. But the music, the songs are gorgeous. They're just beautiful. And you get to play along with a ukulele or a couple of leaves for percussion and stuff. Very, very nice. Very nice. Chess Ultra from Epic. Yes, it's available to claim today for free, irrespective of whether you're a paying Epic customer. So make sure you fill your boots with that one. Burial Dreams, which I know nothing about, Symphony of War, the Nephilim saga, and No One Survived. We'll have a very, very quick look at those in a second. But also, another piece of good news is that Sofia in Bulgaria, Eastern Europe, that's now gone live for the GeForce Now Ultimate package for the 4080s. So as you can just about see down here, I'm going to guess that between Frankfurt and Sofia, it's going to get you to Greece and Italy. Pretty good coverage, I reckon. And I say that because I know Bjorn has said, and he's up here in Sweden, he has said that Frankfurt, truthfully, gives him a reasonable coverage. So you can see down here, Sofia, I know they've got a green blob. I reckon it's going to cover a lot more than that. I reckon if you're in Italy, or maybe even further afield into Eastern Europe, you're going to be able to pick it up via them as well. So that's all good news. That is it as far as GeForce goes. There's a bit of waffle as usual about Ultimate and all that malarkey. But let's have a very quick look at these on Steam, see if there's anything worth getting excited about. So this one is a year old, and just under a year old. Burial Dreams. Very pretty looking game, to be fair. It says it's early access. £4.40. Can't really complain, can you, about that price, depending how good the game is. Looks like a little fun, coloured... Oh, you've got to kind of drag a ball around a platform. They can be quite fun, can't they? Roll and bounce in this jumpless precision jumpless. So you can't jump. You have to use, presumably, gravity and physics to throw you around. Worth a try, I guess. Worth a try. Kind of thing you used to see turn up on Stadia. What else we got? That's Burial Dreams. Symphony of War, the Nephilim saga. Now, weren't the Nephilim, weren't they the angels of the devil or something? I forget now. I'm not much into my Bible. A little bit of an 8-bit thingy bob. Yeah, I know a load of folk love this. Another game that's just under a year old, and you can pick it up for £16.75, or, as it says up here, Fanatical are throwing it out at half that. £9.21. Little link in the chat, of course, down below, in the description down below for Fanatical. The author, the content creator of this channel, would be so chuffed if you did buy anything through that link. Anyway, overwhelmingly positive. It's a tactical RPG, which is massively up Bjorn's street. He's a lover of such things. If this kind of a game appeals to you, there it is. I'm sure you'll love it. And finally, for GeForce Now today, No One Survived, which apparently contains frequent violence, gore, and mature content. Interesting that they've dropped the whole age thing here, isn't it? They basically just said, this is what it is. If you want to go ahead, view it. Up until, last week, you had to pathetically add a year, which nobody ever bothers with. Any road up, here we go. This one came out, I say because it came out on the 14th of January. Those of you paying attention will know that was the day I was born. That was my birthday. This is a multiplayer cooperative open world construction survival sandbox game. Say that 10 times fast. Where you and your friends must find supplies. Supplies and build shelters. And what's this, zombies coming at you? Coming at ya! Yeah, No One Survived. It's kind of a zombie killing thing. We do love those, don't we? I do. I love a good zombie. You have to keep an eye on your character's needs. So it's kind of like if you put the sort of the forest with, a zombie-alike cat play state. Anyway, £14.29, or is it on? No, it's not showing as on Fanatical. So can't help you there, guys. Anyway, it's not too bad a price, £14.29. It's got mostly positive reviews. It's only been kicking around for half a year. So check that one out. If it's up your street, it's on GeForce Now. That's the important thing. So have fun. And that's it for GeForce. Over at the Epic Games Store. Nobody survived Rokk's birthday. Yeah, no, exactly. Exactly, Curly. Exactly. Nobody survived on Rokk's birthday. At the Epic Games Store, we have the aforementioned Chess Ultra. We also have World of Warships, and coming soon, an interesting looking game that doesn't look dissimilar to old Chai or Chichea or whatever it's called. Now the only one, the one that baffles me is World of Warships, because I always thought this was one of those microtransaction free-to-play jobs, but apparently not. Apparently it is indeed a £16.51 title, to which you probably still have to pay loads of microtransactions, in which it says requires the base game. So is this not the base game then that you're buying for your 16 quid? No, it's the World of Warships starter pack. Shitsuchi. Well, if you Shitsuchi because it was undercooked. That's what I think. That's what I think to that. But anyway, there you go. Port slot, Japanese tier 4 battleship. So I don't know whether you need to have the base game or not for this. I mean, it says you do. What happens? And it ain't mentioned on GeForce Now either. So, yes, it ain't mentioned on GeForce Now, so it ain't there. I don't know what you do with that one. Claim it if you want it. It's there for you. It's free. You may as well. And Chess Ultra, which we were talking about this the other day. Great game for your phone and your tablets and stuff if you're out and about. In fact, what's really cool about a game like this, I guess, if it has, they don't all have this, but if it has a kind of a turn play option where two of you can play and you just hand it across, you hand them the tablet between the two folk, that could be quite fun. Twitch integration as well, so you can invite folk to play in your community with you. Wow, that would be brave. Wow. I don't think I'm that good. Now, who was it in our community that's a really good chess player? Was it Purple Haze? somebody's a really good chess player by notoriety. I'm not. I do know the game and I love it and I love playing the game, but I haven't played really since school. But it's a lovely looking game. I mean, the mechanics of chess, I think the kind of the engine, a chess engine's a chess engine. At the end of the day, it's a very logical mathematical game. So it's one of those that's relatively straightforward to program, and there's probably a million engines out there to bolt into a game. But it was £10. It is now free. I am going to claim it. I can do that very easily, actually. I'm going to claim it because it is, it's the kind of thing when, you're on holiday and you're sat by the pool and you're bored out your brain and you think, I quite fancy a quick game of chess. So you grab it and play it. It's all good. And then the other one that we'll have a quick look at is the one that's coming up. Tenchua, whatever it was called. Where is it? Here it is. Tunche. I couldn't really tell much about this game from the video here, but it's $15.49 now. I think to myself, why do they do that? If by announcing it a week ahead, they're going to get zero sales for it, aren't they? I mean, unless they said if you buy it now, we'll refund you in a week. I don't understand the premise of saying it's coming and then still putting it on sale. I mean, zero sales. Anyway, Tunche, here you go. It's 1550 and it's being of great power has gone mad and now evil creatures are taking over the jungle. Help Rumi and her friends uncover the truth behind Tunche's actions and restore peace in the Amazon in this charming roguelike action game. Of course, since the new president of Brazil, we are seeing peace in the Amazon at last. The amount of Amazon that's been destroyed is... it's eye-watering. It's so depressing. Anyway, that's your epic game. I think we're going to see Chun-A next week, almost certainly, on GeForce Now, so watch out for that. Where are we? 1:45. I'm still chuckling at my little sushi joke there. Boosteroid is available now on 2021 to 2023 LG TV models. Annoyingly, I think I have a 2020. That's so annoying. I mean, I'm sure I can play Boosteroid. I know I can definitely play it on my Shield. I'm fairly certain I can. Maybe I can't. But you know what? I don't really care if it's on my LG TV, because the same as if you've got a Fire Stick attached or a Chromecast or a Shield Pro, whatever, Apple TV, you can, if you've got an attached device, play it on the attached device. What does it matter? Says I. Particularly as a lot of these, I think, for example, I'm right in saying that GeForce Now 4K only works on certain Samsungs, I think. So, whereas obviously on a Shield, full everything, 120, the whole works. Anyway, Boosteroid are not giving up. No, certainly not. On expanding onto as many devices as possible. And with the recent announcement of the partnership with Microsoft, this comes at a fantastic time. Did you notice, by the way, still no Microsoft games on GeForce Now? I know when the announcement was made, it was kind of said that they would be sort of, looking to roll them out soon and they were off to do it and stuff. But I still don't know whether they're waiting on an Activision deal or not. I don't know. I genuinely don't know. But I know that Boosteroid said that you wouldn't see anything until June either. And all they've got to do is turn on a tap. So it's kind of makes me feel that way. Sushi joke. Oh my. It was quite good, wasn't it? Righty. As recently announced, blah, 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 Boosteroid available on 2021-23 on one TV is being available on Android TVs, iOS, Android, native Windows, and Mac OS apps. It seems that Boosteroid want to be everywhere, just as any cloud gaming provider should. This once again lowers the barrier of entry. So, I mean, aren't GeForce Now in all the same places? So it seems to me you've basically got your two shouts, haven't you? You've got GeForce Now and Boosteroid if you want to access your Steam, Epic and GOG libraries. Plus with Boostroid, I think I'm correct in saying that you can buy games through Fanatical, a Fanatical connection as well. And then you've got Luna, Black Nut, and Utomic. So, if you want the curated experience, whereby you pay an amount of money every month and you get a bunch of games every month, but you can't add to them, then them's your pups. Not strictly the case with Luna, in the sense that if you wanted to buy a Ubisoft game, you could play it there. So you can purchase currently Ubisoft games. I'm sure, having said all of this, there was a leak recently where, and I forget the game, it might have been Baldur's Gate 3, but you could purchase, there was a purchase button. And for me, it's an obvious step for Luna to take, because of course it's connected to the Amazon, Amazon. So the ability to purchase games, they've got their own studio with amazing titles that still aren't on Luna. That one baffles me. I don't understand why. I don't, and I've racked my brains because I can't see why they wouldn't have their games on there. But anyway, if you want a curated experience, kind of family oriented, pin code and stuff that you can, various tiers of access, then them's your buddies. And then of course you've got Game Pass and PlayStation Plus. Now with Game Pass, you can buy games as well as, because Xbox, although you can't buy a game that isn't in xCloud and played in the cloud. There's talk of that coming. There's talk of you being able to play historic purchases in the cloud, but it hasn't arrived yet. You've also got coming up the family membership, which has been rolled out in certain places, certain test places. I'm looking forward to that. That's going to be good. PlayStation, again, massive cloud-based library, hundreds of games, and, like 7 to 20 games every month, depending on what subscription you have. So it's really, I think the point I'm trying to make here is it's no longer a real clear-cut decision on where you want to spend your cloud gaming money. You've got to kind of think of what you want as a gamer, what you want as a family, and then look at what's available. Do you want the kind of video store option where you can buy, you can basically you can choose what you want to play and bring it back? Do you want the option to be able to buy stuff and add it to a library? It's all out there. It's different options. That's another good point, Dorrigan. The multiplayer stuff you can't do. There's a load of stuff that is missing. However, I have seen, and I should. I'm not going to have time today. I meant to. Did I put it on my tweets? I did see that they've announced some forthcoming games which look really good. I mean, they've gone up a level. My feeling has been that they've been stifling it while they're waiting to get the all clear on going out to other territories, and that hopefully is going to be a rolling rollout to different countries coming. And so we'll start to see other services and features coming up. They're going to need to, quite honestly, because otherwise, you're going to look at them and go, okay, it's got the broadcast thing, but truthfully, I'm just really keen on safe place for my kids to play, that they've got a few games like the Resident Evils and Control and stuff that I can play as well. And then you're going to look at that. How does it compare? I mean, quite honestly, £9 a month for Luna Plus compares almost head on with Game Pass or PlayStation Plus Premium, because that's £120 a year versus roughly £105 a year or whatever it is. I can't do the maths, sorry. So you're getting to a point where you've got to say to yourself, well, hang on a minute, I've got 100 games on Luna, of which most of them are a year old or older. Or I could go to Game Pass and pay whatever that is a month, similar price, have access to the latest games, brand new, up-to-date games, day-and-date games like Atomic Heart, or on PlayStation. Cheers. I mean, it's no longer a cut and dry. My point, I guess, the point I wanted to make was it's also really important to the providers. They've got to be offering a USP. They've got to be thinking, well, if people can go elsewhere and get kind of similar to what we're offering, but for a couple of quid less, I suppose Luna could say, well, even if you don't you go down the road of Luna Plus, you get 4 games a month via your Amazon Prime subscription. So that's good. They're always going to keep you coming back, getting washed with the whole, hey, why don't you sign up? And maybe it's just going to be at some point where they've ticked the multiplayer, where they've ticked the achievements, where they've ticked the friends, where they've ticked the banger games, that it suddenly becomes a must invest. Gizmo, how are you, my friend? Good to see you. So, any road up, Boosteroid doing their thing. They're on 21, 23 LG TVs, and of course they're adding more games, which you would expect. I don't like to bother too much about the game side of things. You typically can find those, can't you? Curly's holding back on forking out 70 quid on a controller. Yeah, me too, mate. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's an amazing controller. I've only ever heard good things about it. But I've got controllers till Christmas already. I've got a spare in my lounge. I've got a spare Xbox controller, a brand new, brand new Xbox Series X controller, which I can use for pretty much everything. The only thing is, though, when I tried using this, which is my Turtle Beach Xbox alike, on Luna yesterday, it didn't want to know. So not sure why. Oh, by the way, guys, I did look. There was no sign of an app on GeForce Now or Chromecast, and I am told that it only exists on Fire Stick. So you can play Luna on your PC via the browser or a dedicated app. On your Mac, the same way, or on Fire Stick. So again, I don't know whether their plans are to push it out to Android. I mean, you could probably sideload it, because I'm sure you could mess about and sideload it. But in terms of somebody who doesn't like to do that because I cannot be bothered, it's not there yet as a dedicated app. So just pointing that out, fellas. And there it goes, Amazon Luna. We all know what happened. Yeah, it's all good. $8.99. We've covered it and covered it and covered it. Play for free with Amazon Prime. We know all that stuff as well, don't we? And they didn't give me a dedicated graphic or a dedicated shout out, so they can come back. Yeah. Well, long on Boosteroid, we saw that just now. Ubitus and Google Cloud Partner, we know that as well. Black Nut and Focus, we covered that. So we've pretty much got ourselves up to date, guys, on 7 games leave Game Pass. Which ones are leaving? Old ones, Double Dragon Neon, Cluster Truck. Oh, you got to love that. The old baseball, Show 22, MLB, Power Rangers. That was one of the early Stadia games, wasn't it? Kraken Academy, a Memoir Blue, Chinatown Detective Agency. Yeah, okay, cool. They come and they go. Primo, how are you, my friend? You can use the web browser on the Chromecast. Yeah, but it's a kind of workaround. That's my point. That, there's workarounds. You could sideload and you can do stuff like that, but it's not like a dedicated app, which I would love to see. And I mean, I'm sure I could get it to work on Xbox via the Edge as well. But I like the thing I found with the likes of Boosteroid and Stadia and others is the dedicated apps are optimized for the experience, so they tend to give you the best gameplay. So that's what I'd like. I'd like to see them do that, really. I hope you're well, Primo, by the way. Are you still in Canada, my friend? Oh, look, MJ Parks is here as well. Hey, Rokk Show, wishing you a great early weekend. Thank you, my friend. Such a lovely guy. He does so much on Twitter to promote this channel and others. I really, really appreciate you for that, my friend. Crow as well. Crow, if you still have your Stadia, that works. Oh, brilliant news. I still do. Oh, yes. I'll have about 4. I've even got one that's... I've still got one that's shrink wrapped. It's never been opened up. Oh, that's a good shout. Thank you, mate. I wondered if that would work. I've got a couple converted for Bluetooth, so yeah, I'll be doing that. That's really, really cool. Curly makes a good point. Actually, I think it was John Scar. Remember him? He doesn't remember me. Just getting it out there. I think it was John Scar who said on Twitter earlier or yesterday, it was a very good point, that he felt it was a missed opportunity that with the controller now, you didn't get maybe 30 days free of Luna Plus, which would be a great incentive, wouldn't it, to buy one, because you get a month's worth. Now I know it's $8.99, but that's not a massive cost. I don't know what the cost is to Luna. It's not $8.99, is it? And they're making money on those controllers, big money. So yeah, I agree with him on that. I think it's a shame that they didn't go with a 30-day. Or maybe longer. I'm good, says Primo. I'm back in Hawaii, driving to my army commitment. Oh, are you off for a couple of weeks doing a mountain thing again, or are you just doing a weekend sojourn? Let's get back here. There we are. We've got some music playing. So there we go. Oh, I've got to kill off that microphone as well. That's hidden in there somewhere. Input capture, it's that one, isn't it? I should still be going. Good, yep, let me delete it. Now we'll never accidentally gone. That's good. That's good. Right, so I am going, don't forget, 9 o'clock tonight UK time. Did it again, I'm finger pointing. So historically, Rock Players has been 5, 6, 7, 6, 7, 8, 2 hours after the end of the show. It's 3 hours now. So it's going to be an hour later, which is much, much better for you guys in the States. It means that Ant will be home. So hopefully we can get Ant into the show. It means, I just think it's going to work better. It meant that Ninja Guy could join us for the whole show. Up until now, he's had to he's only been able to come in for the second half. So super brilliant news. So that's coming up in 3 hours, and it's going to be the three amigos: Bjorn, Ninja Guy, and mostly Martinez, plus Dorrigan, plus Miss Phoenix, plus it's open mic. So I guarantee input from my good friend Ant, Cowboy, King of Content, and I'm sure if you want to jump in. That could have been Freudian. If you want to jump in, there will be a link, and you can do your thing. And even if you only say one thing and go, or you just jump in because you want to say hi, Mum, jump in, have fun. We can get 12 people. I'm not going to be on today's show because I want these guys to do their own thing. 9 p.m. Dorrigan. Oh no, Dorrigan's going, hang on, I can't do 9 p.m. Sort it out with Bjorn, it's all good. That's what I believe. Oh dear. Anyway, it's going to be good. Just tune in, it'll be fun. And we can do up to 12 people. So there's always room for a few extras. RST. What does RST mean, Winstar? Let me know. So Primo says he is up for lost weekend drills. So this is while you were away. You've got to do like a certain amount of drills. And then I guess he'd sort of, understood. Brilliant stuff. Yes. RST, because of course Winstar is a much cherished vet as well. I forget this. There's so many of you amazing guys in our community doing your thing. I haven't seen much of Joe recently. I know Joe got a new job, didn't he? So I suppose it's harder for him to stream and pop in to chat and stuff. But I hope he's doing well. I send amazing vibes to Joe. Right, so Alex Billy won Goblin Teas Made or something. I forget what it was. Goblin Forever. So I've got to sort him out. I was just making up drill dates or changing the dates. Gotcha, my friend. Gotcha. Do you do all that as well, Winstar? Do you kind of keep your hand in, or when you checked out, that was it? You put it behind you. Or are you still involved? I mean, I don't wish to pry. I don't tend to. I don't tend to go into YouTube because people like their privacy, don't they? And I'm just an idiot half the time. Right, I'm going to let you go. Let me just check. I don't know whether William is streaming today. Let me have a little look. Rescheduled training. Gotcha. Thank you, my friend. Well, Nerds World, who sent his best wishes, he's streaming. Squids is streaming, and that's it today. So what's Nerds World doing? Nerds World's doing BioShock. Awesome. Nothing like Atomic Heart, Oregon. Squids is where's Squids then? Where's his or did he just not turn it off? Sometimes if you use YouTube Studio, if you don't fully end the stream, it shows as live forever. So it may well be that that's what's going on there with Squids. Wins I finished my application 2 years ago. I did reserve for 4 years after full-time active 4 years. Awesome stuff. Awesome, my friend. Well, it's brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Guys, I'm going to let you go. And I'm going to go and have a little look at Dead Space after some din-dins. And I will see you all tomorrow for Team Rokk member plus Friday plus it's Team Rokk. That's next Friday. Tomorrow is subscribers and Team Rokk members for the win. That's what it is. We got there in the end. Nate Plays Games is live on Twitch. Yes, I never look at Twitch when I'm telling you who's on, do I? I just fire up YouTube. Good shout, my friend. Hopefully you guys know who he is. Yeah, that's a good point. I never do go and look at Twitch. Let me have a quick look and see who's over there, who I know, other than Nate. No, just your boy, I think. Oh, Vivi Plays Half-Life. He's doing a bit of Half-Life. So yeah, and then I've got an ASMR individual actually playing Hogwarts Legacy. Well, that's a first. I've never seen an ASMR individual playing a game. I might do that. I could do that. I could do that. I could. Guys, thank you so much. I'm going to let you go. I'm just holding on because I don't like to go. You know what I'm like. I will see you tomorrow. We will have a fantastic show. It's going to be amazing. I'm going to get the tea leaves out and it's going to tell me what an amazing show it's going to be. In the meantime, have a great Thursday. Do go and see my good friends at an ASMR individual. Yeah, no, honestly, it's one of the ladies that seem to frequent my Twitch. They're always half dressed as well. I don't understand it, Raven Crow. I don't know why they do this. Why can't they just be fully dressed and ASMR? They've all got to be hanging out and doing stuff. But anyway, one of my ASMR individuals is playing a game. It's all true, I tell you. Don't tell the wife about my ASMR individuals. It's my little private collection. Get out of here, you mob. I'll see you tomorrow. Take care. Bye.